This is who we are, this is where we come from, this is who we are, this is where we come from, this is who we are, this is where we come from. I come from the land where the mountain touch sky. This is who we are, yeah, this is where we come from, this is who we are, and this is where we come from, this is who we are, and this is where we come from. I come from the land where the mountain touch sky.
Welcome to another episode of We Are Ogden. I am Miss Mandy, local owner of Hustle and Heart Real Estate Group, Empower Real Estate Ogden, and Spread the Love Nonprofit. I am sitting here with local owners, Nate and Ben, of Tip Top Athlete here in downtown Ogden. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great.
Good.
Great.
All right.
Better now.
Better
Yeah.
now. I love that. Thank you. So tell me a little bit about you guys. You guys run a sports performance facility here in downtown Ogden.
Yep.
How did that come about?
So our biggest thing that we focus on here is we focus on movement. So why that's important is so many times is getting stronger, getting bigger, those are all important, but we lose the fact that at the end of the day, we need to learn how to move our body more efficient, not just effectively, because at this age, we see a lot of kids who are effective, like just because you're fast doesn't mean you're effective.
Ooh, I love that.
You know what I mean? So we find ways to make sure that their body's more efficient so they can be more effective.
I love that.
So that's our biggest
So
thing.
it's kind of like, it's kind of like the 1 millimeter rule, right? They're already good athletes or maybe great athletes, but you're just tweaking them by 1 millimeter, which can change the whole trajectory of where they go in the course of their athletics, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
So you're just fine tuning that and teaching them.
No, exactly. And
love that.
nowadays in sports, there's so many coaches do different things as far as their system goes. So our job is just to give a coach the best athlete we possibly can, whether it's keeping them healthy, whether it's stronger, whether it's movement, whatever it is. But we concentrate strictly on movement and then build everything around that.
I love that. So tell me a little bit about you guys, because I know you guys are related per se.
Yes.
So can we go into that?
So basically, we tell everybody that we're brothers because
Yeah.
we went to high school together. We lived together.
you guys look so alike. Too.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
Yeah.
basically
I
twins.
totally knew that.
From that moment, we shared that first milkshake with 2 straws.
You were
We
brothers.
We was locked
I
in.
love that.
But
So
we-
how did you guys grow up together? Tell me
went,
about that.
We went to Ogden High School together, and we lived with our Uncle Mace in Ogden.
Yeah.
Ogden High, 99.
Yep, 99 graduates.
Yes.
And then we basically did most of our stuff together.
Yeah.
Kind of grew up like
Yeah.
brothers. Fought.
So we grew up with the same background, same troubled youth history, whatever you want to call it. So that kind of ignited us together because we're like, hey, we're here, make the best of it, because we really didn't play any sports
Right,
until
growing up.
until we moved here with our Uncle Mace. So he gave us that opportunity to start playing, and then when we realized that not only were we getting recognition immediately, but also from around.
Yes.
And at that age, as a teenager, right, there's nothing better you want than walking somewhere. They're like, yo, Ben, yo, Nate. You're like,
Being acknowledged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that-
Validated.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Validated that you were something more, because coming from a troubled youth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You came from California.
yeah,
Were you SoCal or NoCal?
I'm
He's
NorCal.
NorCal.
San Jose.
I was
NorCal. You're
SoCal.
SoCal.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys have those troubled backgrounds.
Gang
just
history,
like I did. Yeah.
drugs, alcohol,
Yes.
gangs, all that.
And you came out because Uncle Mace is your real uncle,
Yeah.
biological uncle.
Yep.
You came and moved in with him, and I know
Right.
your cousin.
Yes.
So that's
yes.
cool, which is how you guys are brothers,
Yes.
which I love.
No, definitely. That's how I moved out here.
When did you come into the picture then?
I was at a youth center in downtown Ogden,
Okay.
and his uncle Mace quit Mill Creek and took me in as a kid because
I
it was a
love
conflict of
that.
interest.
How old were you?
I was 16 when he did that.
16.
Yeah.
So tell me how that made you feel, like to be like invited into a home that he was obviously growing up in the system, right?
Yeah.
He was probably hard on you, but that's probably what you yearned for
Yeah.
your entire life.
But when he did that, when he quit his current job and started a new phase of life, it kind of it changed the trajectory of my life, because
I love that.
I don't think I would have been married. I don't think I would have had all these kids. I have 4 kids, and
Yeah, and they're beautiful.
I don't think I would have had the
So-
success. I know for a fact I wouldn't have had the success that I've experienced.
Which let's go into that, because the success was you went from troubled youth, being in Mowita or whatever to
Mill Creek, yeah.
Mill Creek, to Mill Creek,
Yeah.
which I'm familiar because
Yeah.
I was a troubled child as well, to
Went from-
the NFL
Yeah, in 5 years.
in 5 years.
So yeah, in 5 years out of Mill Creek, I was in the NFL playing for the Dolphins.
Isn't that insane?
That's crazy if you
So
think
walk
about
me
it.
through that. Like, how the hell does that happen?
People like Mace giving kids an opportunity, letting them believe in something that
Yeah.
they can't really see, but the other people can see it.
Yes.
Giving me-
potential.
giving me opportunities just to be successful, to get an education, to make mistakes, because I still made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he was still
You're good.
patient with me. Kind of knew my background. Kind of was patient with me still.
Good. Good. Made you feel loved,
Made me feel loved. Gave me a great
wanted.
opportunity.
How cool of him, like, to think that he's taking these kids in and knowing that he can make a difference in their life and then send you guys out into the world. And look at you guys. You guys are both amazing individuals who are now paying it forward to other future kids going through the same things.
Exactly.
That's so magical.
It is.
It's so magical.
Yeah, no, we're very fortunate. I mean, the good thing is because came from, same Polynesian upbringing.
Yes.
It really was easy, because then it's one of those where you understood each other without having to say anything.
Right. An
type of
unspoken
thing.
connection.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
How many other kids did he have and raise?
Well, we're the main ones. So 4 boys. So he calls us his 6 boys. So we're the main one. But
Yeah.
throughout the years, in and out, he's had some kids stay there for like 6 months, 8 months. Like we got another kid there, Cameron and Arik, who's been there. So there's definitely a lot of kids that's been in and out. How many?
Jose.
If I had to guess, in a matter of like probably 10 years, Jose, like maybe 12 to 15 kids.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Much
Yeah.
props to Uncle Mace. Like,
Yeah.
he's out there spreading that love. That's
Oh, man,
amazing.
he is, he is.
That's amazing.
And,
Okay.
and obviously our moms had a lot to do with our success as well.
Right,
They
right.
Nate's mom had to give Nate up. I mean, how hard
Yeah.
is that? My mom had to give me up
Aw.
to better our future.
To better your future.
And it's different because I'm the oldest. He's
Oh.
the baby of it.
Aw.
And that's kind of how it plays out in the business too.
I love
Like
that.
he's the big
He's
brother,
the big
I'm
brother, you're
even
the
though he's
child.
and I'm like the guy he's always yelling at and hey,
shit
what are you,
together.
yeah, what are you doing? Da-da-da-da. I'm like, I'm
Well, that's because
sorry.
he's the coach,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah.
in this business, you're the coach as well, as far as you have a very strong coach background, right?
Yeah. So
Walk
yeah,
me through that.
I've been fortunate to where a lot of our friends, when they coach, they would ask us to help them.
Yeah.
So we don't like to do anything half-assed. So we're like, yeah, I'll come coach. So literally
Yeah.
we engulf ourselves in it, whether it's, I don't care if I've got to do the special teams, I'll teach special teams, I'll do all the research. So it went from there. And the biggest thing I realized throughout my coaching career is, which is kind of funny, but the difference between males and females is females do things out of respect for the coach. Like for instance, like say you leave, if the female athletes really respect you and love you and
Yeah.
they know you're there for the right reasons, they will do everything you're supposed to do even though you're not
Absolutely.
there. Males, on the other hand, they do a lot of things out of fear because they don't want to run, they don't want to do this. You'll get a few that still do it, but you get, well, you're not here, and then some of the guys will be like, oh, well, hey, let's go get something to eat.
Yeah,
Let's do
that's-
this
Fear and
that.
ego.
Yeah.
So when you're there, I'm going to show up out of fear that either you're going to reject me
Yep.
or ego that I need to show you that I'm a man,
Exactly.
a boy in the making
Yeah.
to a man.
So it's so
Wow.
I took that from all my experiences and I try to basically coach gender bias. Like one thing that we don't like here is when we do push-ups and you can't do push-ups.
Yeah.
We hate it when they say, "Can we do girl
Girl
push-ups?"
push-ups,
Because we say, "Hey, just because you can't do it, don't degrade the opposite gender."
Yes. Ooh,
So
that's
It's not a
beautiful.
girl push-up because I can give you right now a girl that can do push-ups.
Yes.
So those are modified push-ups that we call them.
Yes, modified. What a good way.
yeah.
I love that because perspective is everything.
Right.
So you're pitching it in a light that's saying, hey, you know, it's okay if we do it this way, but it's not based off male and female.
Yeah.
We're all equal.
Exactly.
We're
Yeah.
all equal. No
Yeah.
matter what our backgrounds are, no matter what
Yeah.
our culture is, no matter, you know what I mean, our sex
Yeah.
is, we're all equal.
No, and that's exactly what it is. So that's how we try to approach our coaching.
I love
with that
that.
same style and
I
that,
love
and
that.
hopefully they understand
Well, it
that.
puts them all on an even playing field, right?
yeah.
It's like the schools that have uniforms. We're not here to show up in our fancy this, fancy that, and make it about something that it's not. We're here to make it about what it is, which is
Yeah.
showing up and give me the performance, male or female. This is what I expect of
Yep.
you.
Yeah, exactly. And
love
I
that.
get a little bit more protective or more, I guess you could say, hard with the female athletes because in reality, I mean, you look at it based on society, their window for success in athleticism
Small.
or athletes or athletics overall
Yeah.
is very small, the window.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like
Less
a mother,
opportunity.
well, not just that, is like if you want to be a mother, it's like you got to put everything else on pause for that,
Yes.
to where a guy can be a father and still continue what he's doing.
Oh, that's a good
Kind of
perspective.
thing. Yeah,
I
so
love that.
I always tell female athletes, you guys got to work hard because your window is
Yes.
very small. You look at an athlete, they're if you retire at 30, that's a great career,
Wow.
right? So
Wow.
mentally, they have to grow up a lot faster. So the 15-year-olds that we have,
Yeah.
mentally, it's like, dude, you're already halfway to your athletic career.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good perspective. It's so true, too. So tell me, like, how did you guys come up with the name Tip Top Athlete? Because I know there's a little bit of beef as to who maybe
Well,
tips the
yes.
top here, but fill me in on that.
Okay, so basically I came up with the idea, concept,
False.
and then he put the fancy words on it and the metaphor. So then I was like, whatever.
So who took the top on that?
He took the top, I took the tip. I'm like, cut.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly
love
what happened.
that. I love
That's exactly
that.
what happened. He took the tip. So,
Love that. Oh my God, that's amazing.
but it was a play on words.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When anybody
Yes.
says, "Hey, man, well, you make sure you're in tip-top shape," we're like, "Well, hey,
I love that.
tip-top athlete."
Well, and it's so true because that is what you want to be. You want to be in tip-top shape, the tip-top of whatever field you're in. You want to be in the top percent, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Very
by
true.
going to the tip-top, you win
Yeah.
on both sides. I love that.
Because yours was already taken, so we're like, we'll just go with tip-top.
Ah, I love it. I
We'll
love
settle.
it. Where do you guys see tip-top going? What is your vision for tip-top?
Our main thing is we want to first, hopefully, we can impact the community by not just increasing athleticism overall, but also just moving.
Yes.
So that way we can get healthier kids, we can get, who turns into healthier adults. Because the healthier you physically are, the mentally it would be.
Absolutely.
Take care of itself mentally. So
Absolutely.
Obviously, we want to dominate our backyard, so we want to take care of Weber County,
Yes.
Davis County, everything
Yes.
surrounding our county.
Yeah, you guys
Cache
are
County.
mainly, up here, right? You're specialized on like Weber County and the surrounding areas.
And that's one of the main reasons Nate started this is because he was down at Utah Valley University.
oh yeah,
And-
down in Provo, right?
Yep.
And coaching down there.
Yep.
yeah. So
Go ahead.
I was down there, and it like in a 4-mile radius where I was at. What I'm doing here, there was like 6 to 8 people out there.
Yeah.
Here, there was hardly any.
Oh,
So I felt that there was something that we needed here, so that way we can not just progress physically, but mentally, because we all know as much as physically we're driven as athletes, but by doing that, you almost got to have a certain mindset
yes,
to push yourself out of a comfort zone.
absolutely.
Like you got to be okay with struggle. So we have a butterfly saying, kind of like a thing where in order for a caterpillar to become a butterfly,
Yes.
it has to struggle through its cocoon so the blood can flow to the wings and it can fly away.
Yes.
Without that struggle, the caterpillar would never become a butterfly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's our goal, is hopefully we can turn a lot of these caterpillars into butterflies.
I love that. So what I see with that is you saw a need and you were able to fill that void, especially being, and I think what it is Utah County, Happy Valley.
Right.
You're going to have a lot of people with a lot of kids, and a lot of them are religious. They have time. Usually one person is working and the other person is able to help with the sports or whatever. Up here in Weber County, there's a lot more struggles,
Yeah.
right? So there's a
Yeah.
lot more need for people like you guys of influence in our community to step up and help influence these young women or young boys and girls into filling their potential and helping them through that painful process of the cocoon, right?
Yeah, it is. It's
Same
it
way your
is.
Uncle Mace did to you.
Yeah.
Right,
Exactly.
It's exactly the same.
Stepped
it's
out of
each
his
one,
comfort
teach
zone.
one.
Yeah.
And you guys are paying that forward. And how beautiful is that?
Yeah.
To know that you guys are having a direct reflect on the success of our community and the future boys and girls that are going to be running our city.
That's what we hope, because we all know there's only like 1 to 2% that make it professionally somewhere, and then from
Right.
high school there's only like an actual 4% of the population that makes it to play beyond high school. But our goal is mentally to make sure 100% of the kids that we train
Yeah.
will come out mentally stronger than
I
they were
love
when
that.
they came in.
I love that.
Yeah, wherever they are in real life, regardless, that they can do, that they can struggle and they'll come out on top, and it's okay to do uncomfortable things.
Yes. And it's so true, because in life, I think, coming from the backgrounds where we all have, or we've hit our bottoms,
Yeah.
we've been through the struggles, we've been sitting in the trenches and trying to find those golden nuggets to take forward with us, to pay it forward, and let these kids learn from our lessons. How cool is that you guys are able to provide a facility for that to happen in?
Well, damn, you're a perfect example. Imagine we got somebody like you at a younger age who was kind of going through your ups and downs, but
Yeah.
yet if they came here, they felt safe, they felt training helped them, maybe that can fast forward them to being some,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
But then again, that is what makes you you, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And so I
So
would
y-
never want to take it back. But I
Right.
think as us people that have been there, we always try to help the future generations try to avoid actually having to physically go through that shit and finding the golden nuggets, so that we could get them that much more advanced, that
Yeah.
much sooner.
Yeah.
Better decision makers.
Yes, like learn from me. Do what I say, not as I've done,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
But we all know that no kid is going to be perfect. No person is perfect. So they're going to have their own lessons and hardship that's going to have to take place for them to evolve into the butterfly
Right.
that they are and fly as high as they want. But if we can avoid some pain, that's what you guys are here doing.
Yeah. Well, 5 pounds, right? 5 pounds is not heavy at all.
Yeah.
But when you're struggling with 295 pounds,
Yes.
and you're like, I need to hit that 300.
Yes.
That 5 pounds might as well weigh 100,
Yes.
because you're like, oh, 5
Mentally.
pounds. Yeah, mentally you're like, all right, put on the 5 pounds. I got to hit that 300.
Yes.
So by just that alone, that decision for them to do it, and they're able to do it, it kind of does other things for them in other aspects of life.
Well, and I think when you can master ways and means to get successful in one thing, you can do and apply the same thing in every other aspect of
Exactly.
your life. So if you can do
Exactly.
this in sports, you can do this with your book work.
Right.
You can do this with relationships. You can do this with your parents, right? You can learn how to have successful and healthy relationships in all aspects by applying the tools and the methods that you guys are teaching them.
Yeah, and that's where Ben does a great job with that, with making kids feel comfortable.
He does. I
He
saw
does.
him at the baseball game.
No, he does. He does a great job with that. So that's what's good about that is.
Did you notice they all gravitated around you?
No.
No.
Where
That's
at?
because you were in front. You're a big guy.
Oh,
but at the
yeah.
baseball
No.
game the other day, all those kids are just, I mean, you're magnetic with the kids. And it's something I see. You know what I mean? You both are. But I think
Well,
it's
I'm
cool.
more of the
coach.
harsh. I'm the one that's more harsh.
Yes.
He's more of the one where the kids,
Playful.
kids were like very comfortable around him and stuff like that. And
Yes.
So that's what that's like.
Yes.
I can't teach that.
Right.
What he has. So
It's a charisma thing, right?
Yeah.
It's who you are, and I get that. I totally understand. But both are equally necessary
right.
Yeah.
for
No,
the growth,
exactly.
right? It's
Yeah.
kind of good cop, bad cop. It's the yin to the yang, the light and the dark. Like you need both aspects, and together they
The
come
dark.
full circle.
Am I the light or the dark?
You're the dark.
Remember, I'm the top.
He's lighter.
You take the
yeah,
tip.
you took the tip. He's the
Yeah.
top. You're the
Just a
dark.
tip.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the light. It's cool.
Got it. Got it.
You guys can fight over the yin and the yang. We'll arm wrestle over it. No, but it's a gift. What you have been, and both of you guys, it's a gift. Like to be able to say, hey, you know what? I've been here, but I'm choosing to step up as a man now to help other people reach their full potential. It's a gift. It's a gift. And like I said before, like I thank you guys for being a part of our community, because it takes people like you guys to create the ripple effect in our community to change the vibration and change the world for the better.
Yep.
Well, it's
So
easy to
thank
follow
you.
your lead.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And we're following
Yeah.
your lead.
Yeah.
Ah,
we
you
are.
guys
It's
are
easy.
amazing.
Since
well,
we've
hey,
met
we
you,
can do it together. We're
Since
better
we've
in
met
numbers.
you, we've seen so much stuff that you've affected and changed. It's
you.
pretty cool.
I just wonder if you
Aw.
sleep.
Not a lot.
Okay.
Not a lot. I don't a lot, to be honest.
We
It's
don't
so
either,
true.
actually.
It's so true. Who are your guys' mentors growing up?
A lot of my mentors are coaches and great coaches like Urban Meyer, Coach Ron McBride, Coach Whittingham. Nate has been a great mentor to me.
Yes.
My other brother, Jonah, our
Yes.
little brother's been a great mentor.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Shit, smart,
Yes.
business-oriented kid. Yeah, and my mom,
Yes.
my wife has been
I love your wife.
Amazing
I love
mentor.
your wife. She's so
patient.
damn cute.
She's like a Buddha. She's just like patient
Aw,
with me.
like a food. I love it. Aw. What about you?
Mine, so my mentors is always different throughout phases of life.
Absolutely.
Depending on where I'm at.
Yes.
You know, consistent ones I got is, my Uncle Mace, Jonah, my younger brother.
Yes.
Ben at times, and then,
Yes.
my wife. So all of those. So for me,
Yes.
I believe in phases of life. And then that's how I also believe that's how you make your friends.
Yes.
Like, what phase are you in your life? Do you
Yes.
guys have similar goals? And usually that's law of attraction.
Yes,
so
it is.
That's what my mentors are. So they kind of change.
Yes, they evolve.
Exactly.
Right? It's kind of like you start off here, and they say you are who you surround yourself with out of the 5 most people you surround
Right.
yourself with, right? So as you're growing, you have to literally, and I imagine like my relationships, and I love them all still, but there's certain people that you have to cut the string, like
Exactly. Yeah.
helium in a balloon,
Uh-huh.
to be able to evolve and continue to vibrate up and grow to the levels in which you desire.
Right.
So those people in those different levels can change, and some can come with you on this journey, and some stay, and sometimes we go up and down depending on what's going on in life. But I think once you know better, you're able to do better.
Yeah.
Right?
I believe one of my advices is you got to have 3 types of people in your life.
Yes.
One you learn from, one you like about your equal you can exchange dialogue with,
Yes.
and then one that you can teach.
Yes.
So my goal is to have those 3 people in my life. So once I
love
get
that.
here, the one who taught me becomes my equal. I exchange dialogue. I find somebody else who I learn from.
Yes.
And the one I exchange dialogue with, I'm now teaching.
It's kind of like that each one teach one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? And it's also like, hey, I want to inspire and be inspired.
Exactly.
So it's kind of the same level, and then you need that mentorship or that
Yep.
friendship to be able to work out the kinks and be able to keep growing.
Right. Exactly.
I
yeah.
love that.
You didn't let me finish. I was just about to say what he was. All that.
All that same
all the
stuff.
steps and-
All that.
yeah.
All that.
Cool.
He was.
You
was
see
over
how
there.
they cut me out?
But you know
You see how
what?
they cut me out? Okay.
Hey, sorry.
Just kidding.
Sorry.
I'm just playing.
I love it. So, what do you guys feel is your destiny in life with what you're doing here? What do you feel is your vision and your destiny?
Honestly, my destiny or whatever, I hope at the end of the day when I'm done, my destiny would be that my kids remember as being the best father I can possibly be.
Aw.
I can be the best husband. Because if
Yes.
I take care
Love
of
that.
what's under my roof,
Yes.
whatever's around,
Yes.
it just gravitate towards that. So
Aw.
like I know hopefully I can affect each athlete that comes here in a positive manner, but at the end of the day, I don't want to sit back and be that coach that coached 100 kids and they all love me, but then my 5 kids are so indifferent because I wasn't
Ooh.
there.
I love
Does that
that.
make sense? So
Yes.
yeah. So I hope
Absolutely.
like it's like that whole tombstone thing, right? You're born, here's your date of birth, here's when you die.
Yes.
I hope that dash is what
Yes.
really matters, and I hope that it involves
between.
everything with my kids and
Oh,
my wife.
and
So-
your loved ones.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
The same.
What about you?
Nah.
What about you?
My destiny, our destiny would be just to like affect change and change
Yes.
just at first we wanted to change the north, the
Yes.
image of the north,
Yes.
northern Utah.
Northern Utah, yeah.
So we want to do that. I want to change that and
Perspective.
affect people that we've come into contact with, whether
Yes.
it be people we train or just people in general,
Yes. Right.
and just be a better,
I love that.
and then make my kids better make sure my kids have better opportunities than
Then you do.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
And they're better people than we were.
I love that. How do you guys feel like you have affected our local community?
I think we affected it not just athletically, because we have a lot of athletes that are, are getting a lot of accolades and honors and achievements.
Yes, I love
but
that.
the cool thing is we're getting kids that are from different areas and different schools who would never see each other if it wasn't for here, and getting like-minded people together.
Love that.
So, I mean, in a sense, it's one of those where we almost help them weed out and help them, hey, 5, you know how you talk
Yes,
about
yes.
some of your 5 people, hey, we just took
Finding
care
them.
of a lot of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and especially nowadays, because I mean, a lot of kids I've heard are going to school with each other, and they don't even know they go to school with each other because
Exactly.
they're in such a social media and tech world, right?
Yeah.
So you're helping them find each other that are other like-minded and help them grow together and go through this. This is like their mentors or their
Yeah.
mastermind group, right?
It is. I mean, there's nothing more better than when you're a team and then you sweat together, you guys bleed together, you guys
Yes.
push through everything together.
Yes.
And then you find somebody who can understand it and you're like, oh my gosh, remember yesterday's workout?
Yes.
Just that connection and stuff like
I
that.
love
So,
that.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what does sports do for you guys? What did it make you feel? How did it affect you for the better to where you have such a passion for it to pay it forward to all these kids?
Just a sense of belonging to something that's bigger than like the things that you do with your team. Or you got to be kind of in some aspects selfish, but then most of the aspects unselfish. You got to do
Right.
what's better for the team, especially in the team sports.
Yes.
So it helped me become a little bit more unselfish
Yeah.
and
Focused on the overall
'Cause
picture rather than
yeah,
the right
coming
now.
coming out of Mill Creek, looking back, I was pretty selfish.
Yeah,
and
kinda had to
a
be
lot
in
of
that
the things.
environment.
Yeah, a lot of the things I did can't see it till
Yeah.
like later on in life, but
Yeah.
it helps you be more unselfish and things like that.
I love that. So I agree. I think the thing is what I think of for teams is, you sacrifice yourself for the overall good, meaning, you don't, and not only that, with teams, you don't want to let other people down.
Right.
Sometimes we're okay letting ourselves down,
Exactly.
but we're not okay letting other people down. So sometimes it's like, okay, I'm going to do this for the team, and if I have someone else that's there to hold me accountable, a coach
Right.
or a team member, and I know that I can't let them down because they've been working so hard, I'm more apt to show up.
No,
Right?
I totally agree. The best thing about sports is it taught me to work hard towards something that mattered.
Yeah.
Because working hard it came natural, so I always worked hard, but when you're doing stupid shit that you shouldn't be
Yeah,
doing,
yeah, yeah.
you're working hard at that when you
Yes.
realize it doesn't matter, but it just gave you momentary gratification.
Right.
You know what I mean? To where sports taught me something different.
Yes.
Where I did this, and then next you know, it benefited the team. Then next you know, people in the stands are thanking me. People outside the stands are thanking me. So I'm like, oh, damn,
This is awesome.
Okay, yeah.
Which is so true because a lot of people want instant gratification.
Yeah.
But with teams and performance and things like that, you're realizing that it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
There's little things that we have to do that will make a big difference over the long term, correct?
Yep.
No, that's so correct. Game day is, by the time game day comes, it doesn't matter what you did. It's won in preparation. So if game day Saturday, Monday through Friday is when you win. Saturday, you just show up for your paycheck.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Is there anything that you would like to say that you feel like the general public needs to hear while watching this interview?
Yeah, our biggest thing is we'd like to thank, first off, Ogden, Weber County,
Yes.
because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for some of those parents giving us the privilege to train their kids,
Yes.
and along the ways, I meet a lot of good people along the way who not only help us by training their kids, but they also help us with their time, their resources.
Yes.
Like, we just want to give a big thank you from us to you guys for
Yes.
helping us with what we're trying to do as a community. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Hey, thank you guys again for having me. It's been awesome to be in here and get to know you guys better. And I think the community needs to know you guys a little bit better as to why it is that you guys are doing what you're doing and how you have your vision and expectations set up for the future. So I love that. So, you guys, I cannot stress the importance of supporting local. These guys are two of the most amazing men, both personally and professionally, that I've met, especially when it comes to the athletics department. They're pretty amazing. So don't forget to go and give them a follow. How can they follow you guys on social media?
Tip Top Athlete on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can follow us there.
And then Tip Top Tykes
I love that.
with the Y on
TYKES.
Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
I love that. I love that. But you guys, when you guys support these, you guys are helping not only manifest these guys' dreams into reality by turning their negatives in life into positives, but also the future generations doing that as well. So support local, support these guys. They're absolutely amazing. Go and like and share this post. And don't forget, if you're looking to make a move, spread the love with Hustle and Heart Real Estate Group.